We're continuing from the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, how he is teaching um, the Kurma Brahmana that one should spread Krishna consciousness. Jare dekata hai kaho Krishna Upadesh. It is not advisable in the age of career to leave one's family suddenly, and people who are not trained as proper grihasthas or proper brahmacharis, they will create more nuisance in the society rather than making the society stable. So that's why the Brahmana, although he was very eager to give a family life, but it was very much important that Lord Chaitanya suggested that you stay back, don't accept sannyas now, and instruct everyone in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. So become an ideal householder by offenselessly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and preach the instruction of Krishna to everyone whom you meet. So Prabhupada explains one can remain in the comfortably in his residence if if we simply request everyone to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and if someone is having little bit of intelligence, some literate person, then one can read Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. That is better, and refrain from four sinful activities: illicit sex, eating, gambling, intoxication. Amongst these four, what is the most sinful? These four sinful activities. What is the most sinful amongst these four? Any thoughts?
Illicit sex, bro, because everything else follows. Like if we engage in that.
So the
I think
answer is illicit sex. It's the most sinful. So that's why every person either should be under the bona fide representative of the guru who is able to train him in brahmacharya, or every person, male should get married, and all the females, especially Prabhupada suggest, must get married. So if uh, there is no need of any illicit sex, so illicit sex will be uh, not. It is the worst thing that can happen in mankind. So again, there is meat eating. So one can simply have nice preparations, offer it to Krishna, be happy. No need to cut the flesh and eat. And poor animals who can not defend themselves, to apply force on them is no valor. And smoking, drinking, tea, coffee, all of this are intoxication. Already, so much of material enjoyment is there, we're intoxicated. Additionally, further intoxication, then where is the chance of self-realization? And then gambling, one should not do because that agitates the mind. So Lord Chaitanya says, Kabho na badhibe tomar vishay taranga, punarapi ei thani pavi mora sangha. Don't increase your materialistic life, home and hearth. Oh, this is very simple. Should have some wallpapers, should have some sofa set, should have some design, we should have a mega set TV, should have this, that. Kabho na badhaiye. Don't increase your materialistic life. Just focus on the requirements, basic requirements of your bodily needs. Otherwise, this home will become an obstruction for your spiritual advancement. Yeah. So, but at the same time, if you follow the instruction that I gave you, the materialistic life at home will no longer become an obstruction. If you follow hereditary principles, we will again meet here. Or, which means you will never lose my company. So, the understanding lesson from here we can understand is, if one simply follows the instructions of Lord Chaitanya, That means under the guidance of bona fide representatives, if one is simply preaching, teaching, practicing, following, represent, chanting, preaching, then material contamination cannot stop him, cannot touch him. Does not matter one is at Vrindavan, Navdeep, Mayapur, Dallas, Chicago, Honolulu, Shanghai, wherever the materialistic life is very prominent in the Western world. But if a devotee follows the instruction of Lord Chaitanya, he lives in the company of the Lord. Mhm. So wherever he lives, he converts the place to Vrindavan. So from Vrindavan, one materialism cannot touch him. This is the secret of success. So anywhere in the planet, one can remain in Vrindavan. So like that, wherever Lord Chaitanya accepted his alms by taking prasadam, he advised them as he advised to Kurma Brahmana. So one should not criticize the followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to engage in preaching and try to transform others' lives. So there are many people who are Sahajiyas who decry the activity of six Goswamis, Narottam Das Thakur, Ramanacharya. They think these activities are opposed to the principles of devotional service. They write books. So they say that these preaching activities are simply another type of materialism. They are actually offensive mentality, right? So they commit offense at lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. So further, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami talks about in the pastime of Kurma Brahmana. So Kurma Brahmana, uh, Prabhupada gives some more lessons. One who surrenders to Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet is ready to follow him, then his soul does not with I mean with his heart and soul, if he is ready to follow the instructions of Lord Chaitanya, then he is not needed to shift places, change location. One may remain wherever he is, whether it be a householder or an engineer or a doctor or anything. And at home, one should learn to remain humble, meek, trinadapi shunichena. And in that way, one should preach and practice. One should not try to be artificially advanced devotee. Oh, I'm a first class devotee. Town, town. Such thinking should be avoided. And one should not be very eager. I will now become a good grihastha, then a vanaprastha, then a sannyasi, then I will accept disciples. Or I am becoming brahmachari, I will accept sannyas, then I will accept disciples. And I'll become guru, then I will go, and wherever I go, there will be people thronging around to open the door and pour their head over my lotus feet, and I will say Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So that is not what we should be hankering for. It's best not to accept disciples, because disciples means they will put all their problems on your head. Better to preach the principles and chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So thus one can become a teacher, spiritual master also, but still be freed from the contamination of material life. Further, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami talks about the story of Vasudev the leper. There are three Vasudevs. One is this Vasudev the leper, one is Vasudev Datta, and one is Vasudev Ghosh. So Vasudev Datta was the one who prayed that, oh Lord, let the problems of all this people of this world be there coming onto me, let them go back home, back to Godhead. And Vasudev Ghosh is the brother of Govinda Ghosh. And Vasudev the leper is this story. So there was a Brahmana named Vasudev, a great person, very amazing, great Vaishnava. At the same time, he was going through a painful situation of having leprosy. The body was filled with worms which were living and eating up his body. So when he was suffering from leprosy, Vasudev, the leper, was very enlightened. So when some worm will fall from his uh, body, pick it up and would place it back again and would say to the worm, this body belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. Eat it up. Now, when I heard this, I was shocked. When there was one, I told you this. I don't know if I told you, but I will tell you anyways. So it was like my second year of my practices. I got lots of lectures to hear. That time there was no YouTube and all that stuff. 2008. So I just got some lectures in my hard drive. I wanted to hear some lecture, but to hear 1 hour lecture those times was a bit too tough. So then I heard a lecture which was of 2 minutes. I thought, wow, lecture of 2 minutes. And Radhanath Swami Maharaj lecture of 2 minutes. He speaks for hours together, and he has half the way he asks, "Should I continue?" And everyone shouts Hari Bol, and we shout Hare Krishna. I learned more lecture to go. You Beginners. So Maharaj, 2 minutes lecture. So he just I played wow, 2 minutes lecture. So let me play. And when I heard that 2 minutes lecture, I was like, I mean, it was my mind blew. Boom. It was like, what? What was the content of that 2 minutes lecture? Maharaj told I underwent recently um, uh, um, some Ayurvedic treatment in which you take lots of medications and the whole body, all the toxins comes out. Panchakarma, Panchakarma. So Maharaj told that I have a realization to share with all of you. So Maharaj told that I took the medications, and then when I went to answer nature's call, so in the pit of the stool which came out of my stomach, there was a big, long, warm dad was lying there on the stool. And then I was thinking that there was Vasudev, the leper, who would pull out those worms which were falling off from his body and would pick them up and keep them back and would say that this body belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. And just see me, I am taking so many medicines to remove all those worms, and that worm was lying dead there. I was wondering how far am I from that standard of these associates of Mahaprabhu. And I was like, what? What was that? And uh, and I just could not understand anything of it. I mean, it was just I understood how far it is from what I could ever understand. So it was just like, exactly what we call as the mind blowing thing. This mind blew. So, anyways, Mahaprabhu, when he touched this Vasudev, his leprosy and distress went away. His body became beautiful. क्वाहं दरिद्रपापीयान् क्वा कृष्णाशीनगेतनः ब्रह्मबन्धुरिति स्माहन् भूभ्यां परिरम्भितः. So this was the thought of the devotee who's um, Sudama. Sudama ji had this thought. Oh, what am I? Daridra, Brahman, Papiyan, sinful person. And what great things have I done in my life? But this Sriniketan, this Lord, he has given so much. Right? And he has made me eligible for what uh, I am having. I am a poor friend of a Brahmana. I am not even a Brahmana. I am very wretched. Brahma Bandhur. And he embraced me with his two arms. Bhubhayan Parirambita. So now think about it. Hmm? So here is the picture. Um, just think about it. You are suffering from a disease for life, and Lord Chaitanya touches you, and all the disease zoop vanishes. All those pus and blood and chi, all that goes away and become very chikna, very pakka, very, kind of, um, whoever sees will get attracted. What will you feel? You feel thank you. Oh, wow, I have got a new body. Wow. But think about the devotee. He says, uh, that, oh, I have been cured by you, but by this opulence, I'll become proud. So this is not good. Uh, he worried that he would become proud because Lord Chaitanya has cured me. Mhm. So he says, "Oh, merciful Lord, such mercy exists not in the ordinary jivas, but only in you. Upon seeing me, even a sinful person goes away due to a bad bodily odor. But you have touched me. This is Swatantra Ishvara. You are completely independent." But then he told that I can become proud because of this, and everyone will be giving me so much of honor and all that. Oh, you are the blessed fellow. You are the blessed person. You are the blessed. So then he told, what will happen? I'll become proud. So if you are blessed and you feel that something can happen by which you will become proud, then this is the instruction of Lord Chaitanya. The Lord told that don't worry, just do two things. Chant Hare Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. प्रभु कहे प्रभु तुम्हार, कभू तुम्हार न हवे अभिमान, निरंतर कह तुम्हें कृष्ण कृष्ण नामा. The Lord told that, oh my dear devotee, don't worry, you will never become proud. Just continue chanting Krishna's holy name. You will not be proud. Incessantly chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And thus, next instruction the Lord told him that Krishna Upadeshi kar jivera nistar achit Krishna tama karibe angikar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised Vasudev, go and preach, don't rot. You also go out and give Krishna to everyone. Krishna will very soon accept you as a devotee and that person also as a devotee. So if one wants to be recognized as a devotee of Lord Krishna, he should take to preaching work. So although Vasudev leper was a Vasudev Vipra Vasudev was a leper and he suffered greatly. And even after Lord Chaitanya cured him, he instructed him to preach. So, and the only thing in return that the Lord wanted that Vasudev from Vasudev is to preach the instruction of Krishna and liberate all human beings. So Prabhupada instructs each and every person of ISKCON. That means each one of us, Prabhupada is instructing. Each member of this society was rescued from a very abominable condition. Now go back and think of about yourself. Don't think about your padosi adosi. Think about only yourself and understand that I have been rescued from very abominable condition. Now that they're engaged in preaching the cult of Krishna consciousness, they are cured from the disease of materialism and they are also living very happy life. Everyone accepts them as great devotees of Krishna and their qualities are manifested in their very faces. है ना चेहरे से ऐसा दिखता है. I saw some boys who were devotees, so their faces were glowing. Eventually, they left Krishna consciousness, their faces were dull. Then they came back to Krishna consciousness, their faces were glowing. So it is as simple as that. By preaching, one will undoubtedly attain the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Lord Krishna himself, without any delay. So, and even if someone hears this pastimes with great faith, very soon will attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya. So, preaching is very important. Now, when the snow falls, we so can't go to preach. When there is holidays, we say there is no possibility of preaching. When the companies are coming and placement season, we say, oh, Prabhuji, I cannot preach. When there is holidays and we have to go to our personal things going on, our family things going on, we say, I can't preach. So many excuses we have not to preach. But see what Srila Prabhupada is saying, what Lord Chaitanya is saying. How important it is to preach. Preaching activity has to be carried out you know, just like we chant Hare Krishna. You should be preaching. That is life and soul. Because that is the instruction of the Guru to give out, to preach, to serve, to give out Krishna to everyone. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions, any thoughts? That I will stop.
Prabhuji, one question. So, Prabhuji, when we preach, we come across a lot of different kinds of, especially students over here. And it's a, I mean, it's not the most, you know, conducive environment. It's very agitating to the mind also sometimes. Students, they deal very loosely. They don't dress appropriately. And so sometimes, I mean, the mind gets agitated. At that time, I think, is it better to withdraw and focus on just sadhana, or because Prabhupada said preach, so is that the way to get purified, even though it's dangerous?
Changes can be there. At the same time, if we take care of ourselves and we serve in a way that it is conducive, not going into the extremes of, that's no problem. and we are of course in a situation it's already anyways precarious. So we should of course balance it in a way that we don't become victim of impressions that is troubling us. At the same time, when we preach and we want to go out and reach out to people and give them Krishna consciousness, bhakti, and then you know, and if it is under the Guru's direction, not by our own passion, it is compassion of the acharyas, then really protected, really protected. We should not cross limits in order to preach. We cannot go to rainbow gatherings and do a program there. We cannot imitate great souls. At the same time, we should do our part, whatever is recommended. Chant 16 rounds for a 4 days, go out and preach and come back and read um, and attend regular classes. Then you will be safe. But what's the glory of just protecting oneself, being fearful for eternity, and never doing something for the pleasure of Guru? It's not so nice. And also the other extreme is also not good, that we go to any extremes without much of a uh, without being careful about our own selves. That's also not good. So there is a limit within which if we go we are safe, and we should teach within that those limits, distributing books, being in a two or three groups of two or three, and also chanting stream downs, following four legs, being in close association, reading, hearing, that is sufficient enough to taking Krishna Prasad, honoring Krishna Prasad. So that is good enough in a way that we can be protected. Beyond that, there will be certain challenges, and we can always take guidance for the same. Does that answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Prabhuji, we